the 7 best foods in the world. Do you know what they are? I made a classification with the foods that are beneficial for health, and in this classification, I took into account one thing, those foods that you can easily find. So, there's no point in me talking about breast milk or a chestnut that you can only find in Southeast Asia. You can even know that it's good for your health, but it won't help you in a practical way. So, this ranking is about good, excellent foods for health that you can easily find. Let's start our list. First of all, I'll ask you to like this video. This way you help the content to be distributed, more people have access, and also you encourage me to produce more videos here on the channel to pass the information to you. Number 7. The first food on our list is coffee. Who likes to drink coffee? I drink coffee every day. Coffee has several benefits proven for health, such as reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease. It's good for our heart health. It can reduce the risk of having a heart attack. For example, there was a study that showed that people who drank coffee had a lower chance of developing type 2 diabetes. There was another study with coffee for fat in the liver, that coffee could help in cases of inflammation due to fat in the liver. From Stethoscope, coffee can reduce the chance of Parkinson's disease and even depression. And there was another study that showed that people who drank coffee had a lower chance, 15% lower, of death for all causes. So, coffee is very good, it's very healthy. And what is the dosage of coffee per day for you to have these benefits? And also, what are the cares that you have to have with coffee and also with caffeine? Let's go to the dose. These studies that I told you were done with up to 4 cups a day. So, from 3 to 4 cups. And what was considered a cup of coffee? 200 milliliters. Because in 200 milliliters of coffee, there is around 100 milligrams of caffeine. So, 3 to 4 cups of 200 milliliters of coffee. And if it's espresso coffee, as in my case, 3 to 4 doses. A dose with 30 milliliters has about 100 milligrams of caffeine. So an espresso dose of 30 milliliters is equivalent to a cup of coffee of 200 milliliters of coffee. So, these were the doses of the study, even for you to have a notion. It's no use just drinking coffee. You're drinking a very high dose, like several people I know, and then you won't have these benefits in a proven way. So, 3 to 4 cups. And how to conserve caffeine? I want you to pay attention to 3 things. In the light, so you have to have a light shelter or a drawer or in a dark room. Humidity, it can't be a humid place like in the fridge, for example, only if it's vacuum, but that's an exception. You have to take care of the humidity. And the third thing, with air. So, it has to be a closed packaging, and you have to keep this packaging closed, because if not, the air and other substances can oxidize and take away several benefits from coffee, several antioxidants, vitamins, for example. But then you're thinking, but my coffee is open, it's in the light, and I feel like I have the benefits. What you feel is the action of caffeine, because caffeine is not lost with light, for example. But other benefits, other antioxidants, yes. So, you have to be careful with that. What are the restrictions of coffee? Who can't drink? Coffee can worsen the reflux. If you have an ulcer in the stomach, a gastric ulcer, coffee can also worsen. In some cases, coffee can worsen anxiety. In some cases, coffee can also increase the pressure. So you have to evaluate what the effect of coffee is on your body. Even though, in general, coffee has a cardiovascular benefit, without sugar, okay? Many people will ask, and the coffee with sugar? Then you are adding another substance, in this case sugar, which will also have several consequences in the body. So, coffee without sugar. Number 6. Apple. The apple has several benefits, and here's the apple with peel. Why? You have pectin, which can improve cholesterol, decreasing bad cholesterol, LDL. The apple is a fruit that has a low glycemic index and also a low glycemic load, a low amount of carbohydrates. When you eat the apple, it will not increase the blood sugar much, so you will not have an insulin spike, which is good for our body. Apple also has potassium, which can help control blood pressure. Apple has several benefits, also fibers that help intestinal tract, even decreasing the risk of colon cancer. So, it's worth including apple in your diet. Some people I know they will comment, but apple has agrotoxins. If you wash the peel of the apple, get a little plug, and pass it on the peel, you decrease the amount of these agrotoxins. But it's not zeroed. It's not zeroed, but then, if you think that everything will do bad, then there's not much to do. But that way you reduce the risks if you can't buy organic apple, which is also an option. I know it's not accessible to everyone. I wanted to talk about accessible foods here, okay? So, it's an option. Number 5, fibers like chia and flaxseed, because there's omega-3, which also helps cholesterol. And there's another benefit, which is to decrease cholesterol absorption, which also helps. And then you're thinking, but is cholesterol good or bad? What's bad is the excess of cholesterol when it's too high. Then yes, you will have an increased chance of having a heart attack, a stroke, for example. But cholesterol, at normal levels, is good for health, but you have to take care of the excess. Fibers, too, from chia and flaxseed, are a strategy to decrease the glycemic index and also give you more satiety. For example, if you put it in your diet, your body will take longer to digest those foods, so it will be beneficial for your health, in addition to improving intestinal tract. So, chia and flaxseed are great fibers. They're a very good option, and you can also find them easily. I like chia a lot. I use it regularly. Do you use any fiber? Also put it here in the comments. Well, number 4, broccoli. But doesn't broccoli harm the thyroid? No, broccoli doesn't hurt the thyroid. This is a myth, a great myth. As a thyroid specialist, I can tell you that broccoli consumption doesn't hurt the thyroid. Broccoli is a food that has calcium, so it can help to meet your daily calcium needs. It has several vitamins and minerals, like magnesium, in addition to being a source of fiber. So, broccoli is our number 4. You can't cook broccoli for more than 20 minutes. You end up losing several benefits from this food. So, this story of harming the thyroid, forget it, okay? This was a great myth that emerged because there was a study with rats, and they put cruciferous as the main food for these rats. It's a food just with cruciferous, like cauliflower and broccoli, and these rats developed BOSM. They developed hormonal problems. What is BOSM? Increased thyroid. But this was not seen in humans, and not even in quantity. You won't eat just broccoli during the day, so you don't have to worry. Broccoli doesn't harm the thyroid. Number 3, red fruits. Amora, cherry, strawberry, tomato. Because red fruits are rich in lycopene, which is a powerful antioxidant. There are several studies of lycopene with prostate cancer. Lycopene consumption can reduce the chance of prostate cancer. Several men who watch the channel. So here's the tip. Red fruits are also rich in anthocyanin, another beneficial substance for our body, in addition to vitamins from complex B, minerals, and antioxidants. So red fruits are also on our list. And there is your choice, the fruit you prefer. I really like strawberry and cherry. Cherry can't be in syrup, it has to be cherry in nature. Number 2, egg. Also on our list of the best. Why? Because the egg is a source of proteins, but it also has several benefits. It is rich in lutein for eye health, choline, which is good for our cognition, vitamins from complex B, selenium, zinc for thyroid, for example. So the egg is not a villain, and the egg does not increase cholesterol, only if you eat several eggs a day, okay? But 1 to 2 eggs a day bring benefits to our health. There is this controversy there if the egg is a villain or a man. So I'm absorbing the egg here. The egg is a man and helps our health. And number 1 is cocoa. Cocoa has several benefits, such as reducing blood pressure and cardiovascular diseases. There are studies on cocoa in insulin resistance, and if cocoa would have the potential to reduce the risk of diabetes. This is still in the process of verification, but there is this rumor. So there are studies, but there is no proof. Now, of the pressure, yes, cocoa can help. And also in cholesterol, because cocoa is rich in good fats. So it's a beneficial food. But what is the dose of cocoa? For example, bitter chocolate. 30 grams of cocoa per day. If it's bitter chocolate, a tablet, you already get these benefits. But if I consume more, there are no proven benefits that more than 30 to 40 grams of cocoa per day can bring more benefits. And yes, there will be an excess of calories because it is a caloric food, and then your whole metabolism will get worse. You will make an excess of calories, you will get fat, so it's not interesting. But 30 grams of cocoa per day has proven benefits. In addition to having iron too, which helps in the main cause of anemia, which is iron-free anemia. Did you like this video? From 0 to 10, what grade do you give? If it's 10, I make more videos like this. Did you miss any food? For you, do you agree with this list? What is the best food in the world, in your opinion? So right here. Also put the city where you are watching. What part of the world do you belong to? I'm from Porto Alegre.